Good morning, all. Today's topic is IPv4 header format. Okay, Internet Protocol version 4 header format. Now, the content related to IPv4 is it is known as the datagram, fragmentation fields, option fields, and checksum. First, we have to see the protocol suite of TCP/IP model. Okay, as we know that the TCP/IP protocol suite has 5 layers like physical, data link, network, transport, and application layer. This is the diagram which shows related protocols to the specific layer. Okay, we are on the specific network layer. See, there is the protocol, internet protocol. Below this, the ARP and RARP protocols are present. Then IGMP and ICMP protocols are present, and the upper layer protocols related to transport layer and the application layer. Now, this particular IP protocol is known as IP datagram. As we know that IP is the specific connectionless protocol. Although it is the connectionless protocol, so it is the unreliable protocol. It is an unreliable protocol. But in internet world, this particular IP protocol is used at the network layer for performing the routing operations. So it provides its best effort delivery services using some specific type of services. Okay, now we come to the header format of IP datagram at the network layer. When we are attaching the header at the network layer, we specifically attach the IPv4 header. Okay, see, first the header comes and then the data part. Okay, see, the size of the header is 20 to 60 bytes of IPv4. Okay, see, this particular portion of header is of 20 to 60 bytes. See, this is the logical stack. Okay, the length of this particular stack is the 32 bits. Count is 4 bits. Second field is 4 bit, then 8 bits, then 16 bits. It is all about 32 bits. Clear? So these 32 bits stack represent the header. Practically, it is not present in the form of stack. It is the continuous series of bits starting from the version field to the option field. These are the fields of the header. After this option field, the data part will come. Clear? And that particular data is the data from the upper layer, which is the transport layer. Clear? So, note that the size of the header is varying. The minimum size is 20 and the maximum size is 60. The header size or the header length is depending upon the option field. As I mentioned in my notes that this particular header length, this is the header length. The header length, which is 20 to 60 byte, is depending upon the option field. The last part of this particular datagram is the option field. Basically, this option field is used to represent the sorry this option field is used for network debugging and testing. Okay, the minimum value of this option field and the maximum value of this option field is minimum value is 5 and the maximum value is 15. Okay, so starting from this particular first field of this IPv4, the first field is version field. Clear? The first field is version field. VER is the version field. Version field specify that IP protocol is related to version V4 or version V6. In version V6, the first field is always the version field, and in IPv4, it is always the version field is first field is version field. Clear? So from this first field, we can identify the version of the IP protocol. Now, the second field is header length field. Clear? The header length field or the value of the header length is depend upon the option field. In case of IPv4, the length of the header is calculated on the basis of 4-byte words. Okay. So, if the option field contains its minimum value, which is 5, then 5 multiplied by 4 is equals to 20, which is the minimum length of the header. Here 20 comes from the value of the header length, value of the option field, and the measuring parameter of the header length is 4-byte word. Okay, so 4 multiplied by 5 is equals to 20, which is the minimum length of the header. Now, the 60 bytes comes from when the option field has its maximum value, which is 15. Okay, then 15 multiplied by 4 is equals to 60 bytes. So, the header length contains the bytes from 20 to 60. Clear? First two fields are the version field. First two fields are the version field and the header length field. Now the next field is service type field. Clear? Service type field. Okay, we come to the next slide. Okay, this is the service type field. That particular service type field contains the types of the services provided by IPv4. See, the length of this service type field is 8 bits. See, 8 bits. Clear? Now, this 8 bits contains first 3 bits are precedence bits, next 4 bits are type of service bits. These are delay, throughput, reliability and cost. And the last bit is unused bit. Now, these 4 types of services are like minimum delay, maximize throughput, maximize the reliability and minimizing the cost. These 4 types of services are provided by the IPv4. Okay. In earlier time, the IPv4 service type field is defined as a differentiated services field. Okay. So the service type field now is known as the DTRC bits type of service field. Okay. So the value of these DTRC bit are like we are representing from 0 and 1. Okay. When the IPv4 provide the minimize the delay, so this particular bit is 1 and rest are zeros. Okay. If it provides the maximize throughput, this T bit is 1 and others are 0. Like this, if it provides maximize reliability, the R bit is 1 and rest are 0. Clear? So it provides 4 types of services: minimize delay, maximize throughput, maximize the reliability and minimizing the cost. Clear? This is all about this service type field. Okay. In this particular service type field or type of service bits, at the, only one type of service is handled by the IPv4. At a time, only one service is handled by the IPv4. Either it provides minimizing the delay or maximize throughput or maximize reliability or minimizing the cost. Clear? Now the next field is total length field. The size of this particular field is 16 bits. Okay. The total length field basically defines the length of the header plus data. Clear? See, the total length field defines the total length of the datagram including the header. We always pronounce this particular IPv4 as a IP datagram. Now, see that encapsulation of a small datagram in an Ethernet frame. Okay, the second layer is the data link layer. It encapsulates the data from the network layer. Okay, attach the data link layer header and the trailer part. Okay, as we already discussed in the data link layer. Clear? Now, the condition for encapsulating the data from the network layer is size of the data comes from the network layer. When it contains its minimum value 46, okay, but if the size is not, but the data size is not minimum like 46 bytes. Clear? So to make it minimum size, the padding operation is performed to make it minimum of 46 bytes. Clear? See in this example or see in this figure, data, if the data is less than 46 bytes from the network layer, this particular network layer or this particular data link layer do the padding to make it minimum of 46 byte. Clear? And the maximum length, as we know that in case of Ethernet, is 1500 byte. Clear? So in this particular way, that particular data link layer is encapsulated encapsulated the IP datagram into its frame format. This header is of the Ethernet header. Okay, clear? This is the Ethernet header format, and these are the trailer bits which we find as a checksum calculation or CRC calculation or parity bit checking. Clear? To identify the integrity of the data. Clear? Now come to the specifically the header format. This first particular 32 bits are completed. Version field, header length field, service type and the total length. Clear? Now, as we know that the network layer contains the only one protocol, which is the IP protocol, which encapsulate data from various upper layer protocols. The various upper layer protocols are like from transport layer, it can be TCP, sorry, it can be TCP or it can be UDP. Wait, see, the transport layer, upper layer protocol, the upper layer protocol at the transport layer is TCP and UDP. If the application is related to TCP protocol or UDP protocol, it uses the IP protocol at the network layer. It is known as multiplexing. Clear? Network layer itself contains some other protocols, right, related to the error detections or error reporting protocols or group management protocols. These protocols also uses the IP at the network layer, multiplexing the data at the IP protocol. Some other routing protocols also use the IP protocol to manage the route. So it is known as multiplexing. That means IP receives data from multiple upper layer protocols, which is known as multiplexing. Clear? Now to check that particular sequence of bits, how these sequence of bits can be used to identify the version field and the header length field. Okay, see the numerical. An IP packet has arrived with the first 8 bits as shown. These are the first 8 bits. The receiver discards the packet Y. So as we know that in specific format, the first field has the length 4 bits and the header length also contains 4 bits. Okay, so these are the 8 bits. First 8 bits are first 4 bits are 0, 1 and 0, 0. See, 0, 1 and 0, 0 are the leftmost 4 bits which defines the 4, okay, which is valid in case of IPv4. See, and next 4 bits are 0010, which shows the header length. So as we know that the header length is measured in 4-byte word, the value of this field is 2, that 2 multiplies by 4 is equals to 8, which is wrong because the minimum length of IP header is 20 bytes. Clear? As we discussed earlier, that particular header length field or size of the header length is depending upon the option field. Option field has minimum value 5 and maximum value 15. According to this particular 8 bytes are not sufficient to represent the header length of IPv4. So the packet has been corrupted in transmission. So the machine reject the packet due to the error. Now come to the fragmentation portion of the IPv4. Okay, as we discussed earlier, each and every network standard has its minimum transmission unit or maximum transfer unit. Okay, the minimum transfer unit is 46 byte in case of Ethernet and the maximum transfer unit is 1500 byte. Clear? So if the IP datagram contains greater than 1500 bytes, so the fragmentation portion comes under the IPv4 header format, which shows that there are multiple fragments related to the similar datagram or same datagram. Clear? See, MTU, the maximum length of data that can be encapsulated in a frame, which is 1500 bytes in case of Ethernet. If the IP datagram contains maximum, if the IP datagram contains greater than this particular MT unit, the fragmentation is compulsory. See, come to the IP header format. We are on the second row, which is the identification field, flags field, and fragmentation offset. The fragmentation parts define these three fields. Okay. Now, the identification field means if specifically a datagram contains many fragments. For example, a datagram has three fragments. Okay, so how the particular machine's network layer identify that which particular fragment is related to which datagram? Clear? That identification field is copied in all the fragments of a specific datagram. For example, if a datagram has four fragments, when the packet is designed at the host, then identification field is copied in all the fragments of a related datagram. So when the receiver receives the fragments, it checks the identification field. If the identification field is similar in four fragments, these four fragments are related to the one datagram. Clear? This is the role of the identification field in the IPv4 datagram. Clear? Now come to this slide. Okay. Clear? Now there are two bits which represents as a flag field, which is D bit and M bit. These are present here. See, flags bit. Okay. There are three flags bit. Clear? Three flags bits represent the fragmentation position and fragmentation part of the IPv4. Come to that particular slide. These three bits represent, first bit is unused bit, the second bit of the flag field is D bit, which is known as do not fragment. Clear? D stands for do not fragment. M stands for more fragment. As we know that if we represent the value of D and M, either D contains 0 value or 1 value. Okay, and M also contains either 1 or 0. What is the meaning of that 1 and 0 in each case? The D fragment or the D bit, if this particular D bit is 1, which represent do not fragment, that means at the sender side, when the network layer do the fragmentation, it checks if this particular D bit is 1, that means the size of that particular datagram is sufficient, no need to do the fragmentation, that is do not fragment. Clear? If this bit is 0, if this particular D bit is 0, that means the particular datagram can be fragmented. Okay, it can be fragmented in different fragments or different parts. Fragment is basically the part of the datagram, but it is traveled individually. Okay, that's why the IPv4 or IP protocol is known as IP datagram. Okay, which is the datagram word is used for the connectionless services. Clear? Now the next bit is M bit. The M bit is also either 1 or 0. The 1 value means more fragments are present related to a particular datagram. When the receiver reassemble the different fragments of a datagrams, then how it can identify or how it can identify how many fragments present in a specific datagram. For this M bit, if this particular M bit is 1, that means more fragments are in transition. So this particular network layer wait to reassemble the number of fragments. Clear? And if this value is 0, that means this is the last fragment. No need to wait for more fragments for a specific datagram for reassembly of the data. Clear? So the D bit is used as 1 or 0 and M bit is used as to define more fragments, which is either 1 or 0. Clear? Now, this is the example related to the fragmentation. See, this is the 4000 byte datagram, which is greater than 1500 byte, which is the maximum transfer unit. Clear? So it should be fragmented. Okay, for this particular datagram we have three fragments. Now to check what is the actual position of a particular fragment in a specific datagram, for this we have a field fragmentation offset. Okay, fragmentation offset. The fragmentation offset is measured in 8-byte word. Clear? This 8-byte word means the first byte position is divisible by 8, which identify as a first offset value. Clear? The size of the different fragments are: the first fragment start from the 0 to 1399, which contains 1400 bytes, approximately 1400 bytes. The next fragment start from 1400 to 2799. Okay, and the next fragment start from 2800 to 3999, which is 4000 bytes. Okay, so to identify the relative position of a particular fragment, the relative position of a particular fragment in a specific datagram is known as a fragmentation offset, and the offset value is calculated with the help of 8-byte word. So to identify the offset value of the first fragment, the first byte position should be divisible by 8, which is equals to 0 in this case. Okay, so how the fragmentation can be performed with the help of first byte position. This 8-byte word is helping in this particular scenario. Like 1400 is the second starting of the second fragment, that 1400 divided by 8 is equals to 175, which shows the relative position of the second fragment in a specific datagram. Clear? When you multiply this 175 offset value to this 8, we are getting the 1400 position. That means 1400 is the starting of the second fragment. Starting of the second fragment. We have only 10 minutes remaining. Okay. And the offset value of the third fragment is 2800 divided by 8, which is 350. If 350 is multiplied by 8, and this offset value is multiplied by 8, we are getting the position from which the third fragment will be started. Clear? This is the fragmentation. Some of the students are not joining with audio. Please join with audio. This is the example, detailed example of the fragmentation. This is the 4000 byte datagram. This shows the IPv4 header format. Clear? These three bits are the D bits and M bits. Clear? Here the M bit is 0. M bit is 0. That means more fragments are available. Okay, more fragments are available. It is not the last fragment. Clear? We can do the example for this. A packet has arrived with an M bit value of 0. Is this the first fragment, the last fragment, or a middle fragment? Okay, how we check that from M bit or D bit that it is the first fragment or last fragment? So what is the meaning of that M? M means more fragment. If M contains 1, that means more fragments are available. Okay, for reassembly. If it is 0, that means it is the last fragment. So if the M bit is 0, it means that there are no more fragments. The fragment is the last one. Now, no other information we can identify related to the packet, because for this we require some more information uh, regarding offset, fragmentation offset, and the length of the packet. Excuse me. Clear? Now come to the second question. Here the m bit value is 1. How we identify it is the first or last fragment or middle fragment? If m bit is 1, it means that there is at least one more fragment. Okay, m bit is 1 means more fragments are available. Clear? We do not know if it is the first one or middle one. We need the fragmentation offset value to identify whether it is middle fragment or the first fragment. Clear? The next question is, a packet has arrived with an m bit value of 1 and a fragmentation offset value of 0. Is this is the first fragment or the last fragment? We have the one information here, the fragmentation offset value, which is 0. Okay, fragmentation offset value is calculated by dividing the first byte position by 8, okay, which is equals to 0. So in case of when the fragmentation offset value is 0, it is the either the first fragment. That means if the m bit is 1, it is either the first fragment or the middle one, but it is not last fragment. Okay, and from the offset value, which is equals to 0, we can check that it is the first fragment. Clear? How we can check it is the first fragment? Because the fragment's first byte position is divided by 8 is equals to fragmentation offset. If it is 0, that means it is the first fragment. Clear? If you have any doubt, please raise the hand. अंबिकेश, समझ में आया बेटा? Ambikesh, are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. Now the next question is, a packet has arrived in which the offset value is 100. Please note the value. The offset value is 100. Offset value is 100. Clear? What is the number of the first byte? Do we know the number of the last byte? Okay. First byte and last byte means, see that example. See. This is the first byte of this fragment and this is the last byte of this fragment. How we identify the first byte and last byte from this offset value? That is the question. Okay, the offset value is given is 100. Okay, to find the number of the first byte, we multiply the offset value by 8. Clear? The offset value here is 100. Multiply it by 8, which is equals to 800. This means that the first byte number is 800. Clear? We cannot determine the number of the last byte unless we know the length of the data. In this question, it does not specify the length of the data, so we cannot identify the length of the data. That is the last question we are discussing here. We cannot determine the number of the last byte unless we know the length of the data. Okay. Now you can ask the questions if you have any doubt. We continue tomorrow from this slide? अशोक सुनाई दे रहा है बेटा?
यस मैम।
आ रहा है समझ में?
हाँ
What
मैम।
is the role of fragmentation offset?
हेलो।
What is the role of fragmentation offset in IPv4? Can you explain?
मैम वो थोड़ा ठीक से समझ नहीं आया था वो वाला पार्ट।
मैं पूछ रही थी ना बेटा, डाउट है तो पूछो आप रेज हैंड करके।
नहीं मैम, मुझे लगा कि आगे थोड़ा देखूंगा तो समझ में आएगा, पर थोड़ा डाउट था उसमें।
सुन भी रहे हैं आप लोग के नहीं सुन रहे हैं?
नहीं मैम, सुन रहा था।
फ्रेगमेंटेशन ऑफसेट का मतलब है रिलेटिव पोजीशन ऑफ द फ्रेगमेंट इन अ पर्टिकुलर डेटाग्राम। दैट मीन्स अगर एक डेटाग्राम के 5 फ्रेगमेंट है ना, तो रिसीवर साइड कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेगा कि ये पांचों फ्रेगमेंट्स एक ही डेटाग्राम से रिलेटेड है और इनकी रिलेटिव पोजीशन क्या है? Clear? That particular second fragment comes first and first fragment comes later in case of connectionless services. Okay. So IPv4 is the datagram services, which is the connectionless service. So any one type of fragment comes before in any sequence. To manage the sequence, it has a specific buffer at the host side or receiver side. So to check that relative position of a specific fragment to reassemble a particular datagram. For this, the offset value calculation is done by the IPv4. Yeah. अंजलि समझ में आया बेटा? अंजलि? Okay. The lecture is over.